Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Football Inc. We hope you are all as hot as I am. Just got back from the dog walk, but also happy and healthy, doing the things you love with those you love to do with. Sorry for the couple of minutes we're late, 4 minutes late. We'll give it back to you at the end. Don't worry. Never a lender nor borrower shall I be. Guys, please smash the like button for me. If you enjoy the content, do it for Jonny too. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the march to 5K. It's a quick growing channel, this one. We appreciate all the support. Hit the notification bell so you know when we're going to go live, and drop your comments thick and fast. Let us know what your thoughts are on today's topics. Also, if you're new here, then let us know where you're from and who you support. And lastly, before I come over to the big man, Jonny himself, to find out how he's doing, just last thing, guys, if you are interested in the podcast formats of this channel, then you can find us on Spotify where you can watch it, and also on Apple and Amazon and all that stuff as well. Links are in the description. Please get into that stuff and leave us a 5-star review. Jonny, how the devil are you, my man? How are you feeling after last night?
Look, I'm conflicted. I thought it was a fantastic performance, only ruined by, a little bit of an implode at the end. But listen, if you can't see the light through the darkness that has been in our Premier League form over the last, 2 years, then, I can't really help you. I was actually invited by the club to attend the screening last night at the stadium. Very nice. All going well. But there was just something in me, in that 80th minute when we started to, when Fabian Ruiz came on and Giancarlo came on, everything changed, and we brought on our substitutions. The level of depth between the two sides was obviously evident. And, we sat back those last 10 minutes and there seemed to be an inevitability about them scoring a goal. It was just whether or not we could just hang on at the death. It was a cruel blow, but football's a cruel game, Sean. Cruel game. It is.
She's a cruel temptress, isn't she? Lady Football Luck.
Yeah. We snatched defeat from the jaws of victory ourselves. But listen, people need to calm down. Anyone would think we just lost to Wigan. We just lost on penalties to probably the best side in the world at the moment. I know Chelsea won the World Cup, but as far as I'm concerned, PSG are the number one team. Guys, if you're in the chat for the first time, please tell us where you're from, who you support. Hit that subscribe button, because only 43% of you or less actually hit the subscribe button. You just like watching, but you don't like pressing buttons. I'm sure you're at home and you're having your buttons pressed all the time by all the wrong people. You just press our button at the top there. It's a friendly button and it won't do anything against you. And if you're listening on audio, on Apple or Spotify, please give us a follow and give us a review, as that channel's the audio podcasts are growing. We're on our march to 5,000. We couldn't do it without you guys here and all the support from all over the world who watch us, and we're loving it. So later on today, we'll be doing the Predictors. It's going to be a segment of the show every week where we're going to be Sean and myself against you guys, and every week one of the members will be chosen to do the score predictors. We got people in from Dominican Republic, USA. Where have we got here? NYC. Big up New York, Big Apple.
Global reach, mate. Global reach.
Global. But, go on.
If anywhere is the right place to start outside of the Super Cup, it has to be on some Tottenham inbound bombers, my man. What are we saying, mate? Like I've been promising people for days that we're bombers away, and it's still no bombs away. What we doing? What we thinking here, mate? What we thinking here? The big two, but there's other ones out today. Danny Olmo and Takefusha Kubo. This is the Real Sociedad winger.
I swear at me
personally, but
don't you swear at me.
don't you tempt me.
Don't swear at me. What was his name again?
Takefusha Kubo.
Okay. Yeah. A very good player. He's a very good player. Look, let's start at the top. The number one bomber, the tip of the top, the one and only, the one player that will unite the fan base and get the monkey off of Daniel Levy's back, Eberici Eze. Personally, I've been manifesting for quite a long time on this one.
This is your new word, isn't it? This is your new word.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of manifesting. My manifesting, I've got to be honest with you, it's a new thing for me. I only started doing it at the Europa League final. I started doing it at just before half time. I started manifesting, and then I sat very calm that we were going to win it. There's been a few other manifestations that have taken place, but this, I believe this one's going to get done. I really do. Nothing's easy. But I see him in the show. I see him in my dreams. I see Eberici Eze coming out that tunnel to.
Is this your way of saying things, mate? Without, otherwise, I'm not sure what we're doing here. Are we? Is this your way of letting us know things that you can't let us know, or is this just you're just waffling about your dreams and your visions and your new age waffle?
You have to read what you read. You have to read what you read into it. Okay. Make of it what you will.
Well, I want to make of it what I absolutely want to make of it, and that is that
nothing is easy, Sean. Nothing is easy, mate. Nothing is easy. You know, as I said in the chat there, everyone thinks, you know, all the transfers are as simple as ABC and sign on the dotted paper, but it's not. You know, the devil's in the detail, and you've got two very difficult individuals with Steve Parish and Daniel Levy. You've got a guy. One guy who doesn't like to move his price at all, another guy who always likes to, come a little bit lower. I don't think, I've said this right from the off, I don't think anyone is going to pay the reported 68 million. I think that's absolute nuts. I think it's more, for me, it's more like 55, 60 million tops. And I think that's a fair value because, you know, he's 27 years of age. You know, had he been 24, 25, I could maybe understand that fee, but he's not. He's 27 years of age, which would make him coming up to 32 years of age come the end of the contract, where he'll have no intrinsic value, really. Maybe if he goes to Saudi or what have you. But being a good Christian, I doubt that will be the case. But what does he bring? He brings everything. He brings a guy that doesn't shirk responsibility. He's used to leading the line, you know, at Crystal Palace, demands the ball, constantly demands the ball, leads by example. And I just, you know, you can see him in that Spurs shirt, calling for the ball constantly. And, you know, linking with Kudos, I still think we need more signings. Savio, obviously, you know, that's the one for me that we need to get done on that left-hand side. Can't see Manor Solomon staying. Matthias Tell is not ready at this moment, and we need a quality left-sided player. All we heard, we spoke about, Sean, was that Spurs had too many left-sided players. You know, we had Manor Solomon, we had Heung-min Son, we had Mikey Moore, we had Richarlison, we had Matthias Tell. And now we're getting to the stage where we're seeing that really, in essence, none of them. Yeah. So Savio, I think there's a lot of posturing here that Manchester City don't want to sell him. I think that's just to maximise the amount of money that they can get out of Spurs for the player, when really I think they've always had an eye on Rodrigo. Huh?
Oh, sorry. I thought you dropped. It was me that's dropped. Sorry. Carry on, mate.
I just think it's Rodrigo that they've really got their eyes on. And, you know, whatever money they can gain out of Spurs, that will just go straight to Rodrigo. I think their biggest problem will be Rodrigo's wages. And then you see today, just as a last minute, that Xavi Simons, Manchester City have an interest suddenly in Xavi Simons, should Savio go to Spurs. So there's a few dominoes that might fall if this one goes. But listen, Spurs need a bomber. Daniel Levy needs a bomber or two, but the EZE bomber will definitely alleviate a lot of the pressure that is placed on his shoulders right at this moment.
100%, mate. 100%. We got a few super chats, guys, before we get into it. Just before we do, actually, mate, there's a little bit of news here that is official. But listen, can I, now that it's official, Johnny, can I validate you here? Is that possible? Can I validate you?
Yeah. You
okay.
Can do.
So for everyone who sits there and goes, "Oh, Johnny knows a thing or two, but he can never say a thing or two." Well, Johnny told me about 6 days ago that this deal had happened, that the Jed Spence was done, right? So if the story is officially out now, then Johnny, he might, a lot of people say, "Oh, I knew that," but I couldn't say anything. Johnny told me from the horse's mouth. Johnny told me about a week ago that Jed Spence's contract was done. So if there's any doubt around whether or not Johnny knows a thing or two, I can vouch.
I just don't say a thing or two.
Apart from when he's manifesting and he's spiritualizing.
Yeah, I don't say a thing or two. That's the thing.
He imagines and manifests a thing.
I let others do the thing or two. I let others do that. That's for them to do.
Good news for Jed Spence, mate. Good news for Tottenham, right? What a performance last night.
Yeah, he was, as we say, Jedley King. Top player. Top player. Yeah. I just I don't know. It makes Ange look like a bit of an idiot, doesn't it? That he wasn't any good, and due to my performances, he's suddenly a player.
Oh, that was just the way he goes. Oh no, yeah, that was all part of the plan. It was all part of my plan. When I shunned him, it was kind of to teach him, shut up, mate. Shut up, mate. You messed around with the guy and then you let him play and then you dropped him as soon as he wasn't necessary anymore. And you're making out like it was all part of some grandmaster plan because you're a phony, bro. You're a phony. You're a fraud.
What did he do? Even when he was fantastic, he turned around and said, "Yeah, he's been good. He'll do until Destiny's back." I mean, what a kick in the teeth. Who says stuff like that,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely outrageous. Outrageous. Anyway, mate, let's just do these two chats. We've got loads and loads of things to talk about. There's 600 people. 600. Oh, sorry, what was that?
I said, no, for those who are wondering, I'm not drinking straight vodka. I'm actually drinking water. Okay.
Good man. Because we have been worried about your alcoholism recently.
Oh, yeah. I had a glass of wine the other day.
Yeah. Guys, big up to Dean Law with a super sticker. Dean Law has started the super sticker train. Choo to you. We appreciate you very, very much indeed, my man. You got the super sticker train started. We're going to come pick you up on the way to the top of the league. Appreciate you very much. Lubo her up. That's Mr. Pox Office. Good for the goose is good for the gander. 100%, mate. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. This is the story of Manchester City, right? If they want to go and get Rodrigo and Tottenham couldn't get Rodrigo, I don't care. Let them have Rodrigo. If we have to pay for 3/4 of Rodrigo for them by getting Savio, it's fine for me. You scratch mine, I'll scratch yours. What is good for the gander has to also be good for the goose.
Have you had a gander at the goose, Sean?
I've never had a gander, and I'm not sure if you're allowed to have a goose, to be honest. I think there's rules around that, isn't there, Johnny?
Well, there's some people who've been taking the gooses from the park, but that's for another stream.
That's on the Conspiracy Channel, Sean Butler TV. Make sure you smash it up over there. Daniel Hoosen. Big up for you, Daniel. Whereabouts is Daniel Hoosen, Johnny? Where is he?
Darkest Peru.
Darkest Peru.
Darkest Peru, yes.
Appreciate you very much, Daniel. Very cool of you. We've also got a new member of the show straight out of the gate. We've only been going 14 minutes. New members. We love to see you. High Flying Duck. What a name that is. It's become a new.
Let us know where you're from, guys. Let us know where you're from and who you support. Brilliant stuff.
100%. And High Flying Duck, at some point during the season, if you maintain your membership, buddy, you will be invited onto the show, potentially. Well, it depends who wants to come on, but hopefully you can, to do the Predicciones. We've got the Predicciones coming in the second half of the show, where we do go through the, well, as it sounds like, the Predicciones for this weekend. Starts tomorrow night, Johnny. The season is here. We're here. The summer's done. The season starts. We can all get back to football. Can't wait.
Listen, go on. You do the super sticker. Sorry, and I'll talk after.
Last one. Super sticker from Jeff Bargery. What's the name that is? Good to see you, Jeff. Thank you very much. Jeff Bargery has also come in with a super sticker. Choo choo to you.
Are you any relation, Sean, to Argery Bargery?
There's a distant cousin. It's a bit troublesome, that guy. He likes a little bit of... Very cool. We got another one. Sorry, there's another one just popped in. Boris, good to see you, Bozza. He says Spence new contract and Lamella has retired.
Eric. I loved Eric the Viking. I did love him. I actually had the privilege for a few years of sitting with him through, where I sit in a box at the old White Hart Lane, and I used to sit next to him. Really nice guy.
Eric Torspit or Eric Lamella?
Eric Lamella. Yeah. And he had a terrible, like a hip injury, and they worried that whether he'd ever play again. But he did. Who can forget the Rabonas? Yeah. Won the award. I liked him. I liked his shithousery. Some loved him, some hated him.
Oh, I loved him. How could have been with a player like him last season, mate? He would have been fantastic last season.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
When times were tough and we were getting walked through in the midfield, you needed a player like him to put one on someone occasionally and just do something a little bit windy-uppy,
Nick Bruce out of in Cyprus. Nice to see. I'm popping out of Cyprus up to Limassol in October. And Simon, Tottenham till I die out in Northern Ireland. Hope you're
Johnny
all
loves
good.
a holiday. Johnny, when Johnny's retirement station in life, he's on holiday more than he's not the man. It's quite envy.
Bournemouth twin with Baghdad, James. Hi from Bournemouth, twins with Baghdad.
I mean, there's worse twins in the world, I guess.
Yes, there is. So you're going to twin with anyone. Let's see where we go. Right, where should we start, Sean? We've gone.
Super quick. There's another member. Sorry, David Blair as well has joined the membership as well. David, same offer to you, my man. We'll figure out a way to get everyone that are the members to be able to allocate their weeks to come and do the predictions. Thank you very much for your support, mate. Very much appreciated. Right, Johnny, let's get into it, mate. We've done the EZE and the Savio stories. How about this one? Liverpool believe that Ibrahim Konate, has been talking and discussing a move to Real Madrid, despite the fact that Liverpool have said, you ain't going nowhere, bro. What's your thoughts on that one? It happens, right?
Yeah, listen, I think Real Madrid have got as Ange Postecoglou would say, we've got a spy in a camp, right? Because they were obviously tapping up Trent, and now someone there is tapping up Konate. Look, I think Liverpool made a bit of a boob. I said this before, selling Quansah so early in the transfer window to buy Leverkusen, because Konate's only got 1 year left. Gomez is always injured, and Van Dijk is getting old. There's no guarantee that Mark Gahey will leave, right? There's no guarantee. And so that leaves them a bit behind, a bit up, a bit of trouble. Now, we know that they're going to go for Leone.
Yeah.
That all looks like it's going to go ahead. Bringing him in from Italy, young centre-back. Whether I think he's ready right this moment, I'm not sure. I don't think they can allow Konate to go. It would mean he will go. I mean, there is a possibility they could say to him, look, we need you to stay till January. Real Madrid will still stay in the mix, and maybe they'll pay him a nominal fee for Konate to go there in January, or sign a pre-contract with Real Madrid. And give Liverpool a bit of time. I think they're really in trouble at the back there. If there's any injury at centre-back, I mean, during pre-season, they were playing Endo and Robertson at centre-back. You can't be doing that in the Premier League and in the Champions League. I'm sorry, you just can't. So they need another couple of centre-backs. Let's see what happens. I don't think they can allow him to go.
Sorry.
I couldn't
The
hear
story
you,
that I read was that that obviously Liverpool are a little bit angry with the idea that he's talking, that they don't want to sell him, but they're not naive enough to think that it doesn't happen. But their stance is still he's not for sale. But if they are going to get Mark Gahey in, Mark Gahey might be saying, I'm only going to come in right now if I'm going to play. It's a World Cup year. So, I need to come in. And then Leone's just come in as well. But so like, I think if Leone's coming in, he's playing is like the kind of the succession planning for Van Dijk or whatever. But like as Gahey's going to come in to replace Konate, right? Surely that would be the kind of trigger. Because I don't think Gahey's going to want to go to Liverpool with Konate staying, because there's a chance he doesn't play enough minutes for the World Cup. Or for the Euros. What is it? It's the World Cup, isn't it? World Cup.
Yes, World Cup coming in the summer. Yeah. So, look, right now, the thing is, can Crystal Palace afford to allow him to go? We know that they were trying to sign a couple of centre backs. Both of those have more or less fallen through. The same with EZE. Crystal Palace can't just say, well, we'll sell Gahey, we'll sell EZE, and not have a backup plan. Their time has been spent with this arbitration ruling from the absolutely not corrupt UEFA, and I think they've got a lot of work to do. Since Dougie Freeman's left, I don't know how rudderless they are. You've had John Textor leave, you've had other people leave, and you've had Dougie Freeman leave. I don't know how structurally sound Crystal Palace are at the moment in their recruitment base to replace these players. And the worry will be that maybe they will hold off. They'll say, yeah, okay, we will sell you these players, but not till the death of the transfer window. So there is
drag on, won't they? They'll drag on a little bit.
They could drag on. They could easily drag on to, the 31st or the eve of the transfer window finishing. Easily.
100%. Super quick. Jay in the chat, and for anyone else just wondering, there is your big up to you, Ben, as well, by the way. There's your Fantasy League auto join. KOGV9C is the code. And you've got until tomorrow about what time? 5 o'clock or something before we shut it off?
I think it's an hour and a half before kickoff. We
have to manually shut it down, though, don't we?
I'll have to look how to do that. But yes.
Yeah. Okay. Look, we'll move on from the Jed Spence story, my man. There is a lot of stories percolating around. Just go to Manchester United. AS Roma have officially submitted a £20 million permanent bid for Jadon Sancho. The decision is up to him and Manchester United. That's from Fabrizio Romano. What are we saying, mate? Do you think that £20 million is going to get it done?
I don't think they'll pay £20 million. I think Fabrizio's wrong. First of all, they wanted £25 million from Chelsea. Chelsea were quite content to pay the £5 million fine and hand him back. So that would put the fee down to 20 million. But I think that clubs are going to negotiate because they know darn well it's the end of his contract. Man United desperate for the money. We know that Juventus were trying to bid 8.6 million for the loan to the end of the season and pay his wages. So with it, he'll be free and they can have the option of signing him on a contract. I think 10 to 15 is more the price there. He's had offers. I think he would prefer to go to.
I think he wants a loan deal, mate.
Yeah, I think he would. He would.
A loan deal. He can next year he can go wherever he wants and get paid what he thinks is the money that he earns or what that he deserves. But he doesn't deserve a penny more than probably $100,000 a week at this point, and even that's pushing it. Let's be entirely honest.
Yeah, 100%. You know? I'll be 1 second, Shawnee. Carry on, Shawnee. I'll be 1 second.
No worries.
I'm not surprised.
I didn't hear what he just said. Something about Prime. The next story, guys, is Crystal Palace are planning a bid to sign Harvey Elliott from Liverpool, but could cost them £40 million. That's from The Sun. That was out 10 minutes ago, but it also came out earlier. But the story is real, and you have to sit there and think, what does that mean? Well, what does that mean in reality? And for me, it means that if there's truth to it, that our Crystal Palace looking at a succession for Eberici Eze, and is Harvey Elliott the guy? When you see the stories out regarding Tottenham in for Eze, and you see the Arsenal fan base that are panicking, saying, how could we let this happen? How could we be snoozing and losing to Tottenham, of all teams? This is Tottenham we're talking about. And then Crystal Palace stories break regarding they're moving for someone that is probably going to play something like what Eberici Eze does. A little bit of a 10 with the ability to drift into the right or onto the left. You might put 2 and 2 together, Johnny. I don't know if you caught how much of that thing you caught, but you might put 2 and 2 together and say there's no smoke without fire. Palace are looking for the succession to Eze because they know that Eze wants to leave. Is Harvey Elliott to Crystal Palace realistic? And if so, is £40 million a reasonable bid for a guy that has done relatively well but hasn't really broken through in any main minutes for Liverpool?
I think he was linked with RB Leipzig, my club. In fact, yeah, my club. Look, my club. So here's.
Oh, you got it! You got it!
So there's my RB Leipzig shirt.
That's a nice shirt. I like that.
Yeah, look at this one though, Shawnee. Look at the.
Who you got on the back? They put the name of this club on the back. Isn't that? Who's on the bottom? Who's on the bottom of the shirt? I couldn't see the bottom.
The bottom of the shirt, it says Sesko. But look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Have you seen this one?
No, who's that? That's Bill Bauer.
Look at this, man.
Bill Bauer.
Do I kiss the badge?
Yeah, Bill Bauer till you die. Bill Bauer till you die.
Look at this one. Look.
Well, get your ass up. Can't see it. Williams Jr.
Yeah.
Nico Williams. I don't know if have I shown the guys this? Have I shown the guys this?
That's my Hamburg.
This is my Hamburg shirt. Look at the name of that player. Königsdorfer.
Try saying that when you've had a few.
Königsdorfer.
Listen, I'm very happy. We've ordered the Mets. If any of you are sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on at the moment? And I'll tell you what's going on, basically. For those who have just joined, Sean and I played Spin the Wheel. So we spun the wheel, and wherever it landed, that is the team that we had to support in each of the leagues this season. In the Spanish league, I got Athletic Bilbao, and Sean got Elche, and I got RB Leipzig here.
Why did you get Sesko? He was always leaving. He was always going. You know?
I meant to get a Pender. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what it is. But Cremonese, I'm still waiting for Cremonese. I'm Cremonese. I ordered the official Cremonese shirt because I wanted to back the club. I think we need to if you contact the Elche Tourist Board and say, what a massive effort. You put Elche on the map. I'm putting Cremonese on the map. Maybe they can do something for us. Send us to an Italian and a Spanish B&B in the town, and we can do a report from the place. There you go. What's that one? Is that your Hamburg?
I have to put it on. I have to put it on for the boys. Let me see if it fits first. I haven't actually worn it yet. This one looks quite generous. Let's have a look. Yeah, we got it. We're working. It.
It's a nice shirt, Sean.
Oh, well, it's still a little bit tight, to be honest.
Don't worry.
Needs to get out of the gym.
There you go, mate. There you go.
I look like a bloody chessboard. What's going on?
Your move, checkmate. I'm very happy with this blue one, though. I tried as a Spurs fan, obviously. I'm sure you know. If you're not a Spurs fan, you wouldn't know, but never read. Unfortunately, it's very difficult when you're Athletic Bilbao, but I took their new away shirt, and this was the best that I could get for RB Leipzig. This is like a psychedelic shirt. It will stop me getting run over at night if I was wearing it home.
Apparently, James is saying I'm backgammon FC.
Yeah, that's what he does. It does look like.
Sensational. I'm certainly a gammon. Certainly, I've been called a lot worse. Absolutely gorgeous tart, says Sarah. Appreciate you, Sarah. Very cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Listen, it looks like Newcastle have finally got a signing. Jacob Ramsey is close to joining. I mean, it's been rumoured. They've spoken about it. It's good news for Aston Villa. £40 million.
Yeah.
Do you think that's toppy? Do you think that's good value?
That's toppy as hell for me.
Yeah.
I don't really rate him.
Well, I don't say he's a bad player. I just wonder whether 40 million seems a bit toppy. Is that because Newcastle are desperate to bring legs in now?
And then maybe there's one of those, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours later. Let's ask Foxy. Foxy's in the house. Be up to you, Foxy. Are you happy with Jacob? Are you on board with that one? I don't know, mate. I don't know where does he fit in? Whose place is he taking? Is he taking he's not taking the place of any of the wingers at the moment at the club, is he? And I don't even know where Jacob Ramsey is. Is Jacob Ramsey a left-sided midfielder? Is he a left winger? What is it? What exactly is Jacob Ramsey? I don't know what position he really is. You know?
I don't know. I don't know. I just think that this is a deal. I think Harvey Elliott's a better player, if you want my honest opinion.
100%.
And it's not going to be a lot of difference in price. If you're Harvey Elliott, do you go to RB Leipzig thinking to yourself, well, a lot of British players go to Germany, have a really good year, 18 months, and then get a big money move to a bigger club in England? Or do you go to Crystal Palace and, go to the to play for Steve Parish? Listen, it's very difficult to get out of Palace if you're good. Ask Louis Saha.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just think that I don't know if Leipzig want to pay the same money as a team like Palace do.
Yeah.
Because of Palace are going to pay the English the homegrown tax, right? Whereas Leipzig don't benefit from it. So I would imagine that maybe I don't know. The player probably doesn't care about the price tag, but I think. Do you think Harvey Elliott holds any hope of getting into the English team for the World Cup? I don't think so. Not really, right? Not realistically.
I think it's quite crowded. Listen, I don't want to be a doubting Thomas. I think this is a fantastic England squad, but I don't think they've got any chance personally of winning the World Cup, only due to the fact that we're going to be playing in that searing heat. And, that has to be taken into account. Yeah, I know Chelsea won, but out there in that hot heat. But, that was playing with a lot of South American players. I just think, Brazil, Argentina and the like will be favourites in my mind. Playing in that heat, they'll be used to it. Hope I'm wrong, but I don't see Harvey Elliott. Well, listen, you never know, Sean. He might progress his career, might start to be even better than he already is. He was not a guy who played, non-stop minutes for Liverpool. So maybe for him to further his career and have a chance of doing that, he needs to come to a club where he's going to be playing week in, week out. A bit like Savino's comments that he needs to go to a club where he's going to play week in and week out. He's not going to do that at Manchester City. He would do that at Spurs. Therefore, that would help him get into the Brazil team. Because before Ancelotti came in, he was playing just about every squad. Since Ancelotti named his first squad, he hasn't been included. So we shall see.
Yeah, 100%. Just a quick one, mate. There's a few stories breaking right now. In fact, this one, I'm not sure if I mentioned it on a video I just did before we went live, but Tottenham Hotspur are now set to make a second bid for Savio after Man City rejected their first proposal worth €50 million. The player has approved a potential move to Tottenham. Savino's agent has confirmed that Spurs' opening offer was rejected. That's coming from Brazilian TV UOL Sport. If the agent, or a thing or two about agents, mate, if the agent is saying it, does that mean it's happened? Does it actually, if the agent's saying we did make a bid, it's been rejected, would you lean into thinking that the agent wouldn't say that unless there was truth, or do agents say that sort of shit anyway?
No, I think there's too much news out there for it not to have any substance whatsoever. So I believe 100% Spurs are interested. I believe 100% that the player would come. I don't think personal terms will be an issue. I think what will be an issue is the fact that he's only been there one season and the fact that Manchester City like the player and Spurs are going to have to cough up the money. And will Spurs' valuation meet the requirements of Manchester City? Do Manchester City think getting £50 million potentially, say 60 million euros or £50 million, that buying Rodrigo or Xavi Simons offers them better value, you know. Xavi Simons,
50 million euros, mate, is about 44 million quid.
Yeah, no, he's probably a £50 million, I would say.
I think even probably more than that. I think we're going to have to pay 65 million euros. And by the way, I don't know how much time have you taken to look into Savio, or how familiar are you with him?
Listen,
I spent so long last night after the game. I was lying in bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, my head's buzzing because of like Thomas Frank's tactical stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can't sleep. I'm going to get on the Y Scout, and I went straight to Savio. I know EZE, so I don't need to see that, but Savio, I know, but I don't. I haven't.
I'm well aware of him. Yeah.
Yeah, I really went into depth. I think the guy is absolutely worth every penny. I really do think he's worth every penny.
Mate.
I think he's a sexy footballer, mate. He is bums in seats. He'll sell 1 million shirts in 2 weeks at Tottenham.
We've gone from having nobody to get you up off your seat for a long time to 3.
Yeah, I have a bad back. My knees are going to give way, mate. I'm 18 stone. Stepping up, sitting every time we clear the ball and it lands to either Kudus, EZE or Savio. What are we doing here? Can it get can we get some like the osteopath's going to make an absolute bundle?
Ball carriers, mate. Ball carriers. All 3 of them. Right. But the thing is, you know, Savio, you know, I hear he doesn't score many goals, mate. He's a creator. If he's not the guy that creates the goal, he's the guy that creates the space for the guy who creates the goal.
Yeah.
Scores it. Yeah.
The guy before the guy.
The guy before the guy. We love the guy before the guy, right?
We do indeed. Savino's only on 40 grand a week, apparently, says Feral Ferret. If that's true, good insight.
It's what you know, if you know.
Is he right, Johnny? Or is he not right? Yeah. He's right. Is he 40 grand a week? Wow.
No, I mean, no, I don't mean that. I mean, you know, that little video of our if you know, you know.
Oh, this guy. Yeah.
There are known knowns. There are things we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
If you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
That means, mate, that means we have to see less of Brennan Johnson doing this all year. You know? Doing the
Backdoor Johnson,
the hoof. He's hoofing it home once again. Backdoor
Johnson didn't get. I mean, yeah. What does that say last night? The Backdoor Johnson didn't get on. Interesting.
It is, but I tell you what, though, I got to be entirely honest, mate. Poor old Matisse Tell. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but the hatred, the scapegoating that went his way after the racism thing is unacceptable. I don't believe that was from Tottenham fans. I think that was probably from foreign people, like from maybe places where racism is a little bit more, you know, just sort of like somehow for whatever reason it's disgusting, but somehow a little bit more tolerated or whatever. Because I saw those pictures and the names of the people that were saying those things, putting those pictures up or whatever, they didn't look like they were, you know, Tottenham Hotspur fans.
Faceless names. I've got no time for people who hide. You know, Sean and I, we have people that don't like us. You can only please some of the people some of the time, not all the people all the time. And, we get it, but it's water off a duck's back to us, to be truthful with you. Moving back on to while we're on to Aston Villa, this is the one player that we thought would be the first one out the door when we first started the show just a couple of months ago. Leon Bailey. We thought he'd be the scapegoat, 28-year-old. Looks like Roma are in talks with him, but there's been no formal bid. I mean, are Roma, do you think Roma are
club? My club.
But he's also of interest to Besiktas.
Shall I put this shirt on as well, so I can like, just pull them off one at a time as we're going through our various clubs. End up looking like Joey Tribbiani on the Friends when he's wearing all of Chandler's clothes.
No, I think I thought Bailey would be the first one out the door for Villa, personally.
Good player. When he wants to. Yeah. When he wants to be, he's a great player. Not always his day, though, is it?
I think I think it's too early for him to go to Saudi or Turkey, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. And Sean is off with the t-shirt. I don't have anything on underneath this, Sean.
So, mate, you haven't got the same complaints that I got, mate. I've got curves in places that curves shouldn't exist, bro. Like I can't be double parking on the clobber. 2 layers, mate. I'll end up being absolutely
What are you saying, Sean? What are you saying, Sean? If you were a Grand Prix track, you'd have a few bends. Is that it?
Exactly. A few chicanes, a chicane or two, you know.
Oh dear. Real Madrid have confirmed their plan to present Franco Mastantuono.
Yeah, cracking player. His first time out in the Real Madrid shirt. This is the question for you, mate. So, again, not to make this all about Tottenham Hotspur, but here's a story for us, right? Oh, no, that's not the same one. Hang on. Here we go. Marcus Rashford is not expected to be registered before Barcelona's opening La Liga fixture and will likely miss the Mallorca game. This is from Marca, right? And you take them seriously. Now, this is where, again, Tottenham Hotspur have been linked with a certain player that wears those colours every single year for the last, well, he only joined them last year, but before then he was at your club. He's at your club over in Germany, in Dani Olmo, right?
Yeah.
And the rumours are strong, mate. And when Ornstein said Tottenham are looking at several or multiple 10s, at the moment, and Dani Olmo's name keeps coming up. I got to be honest, Johnny, I know this is going to offend you, mate, and I'm not saying it like that because I think that both of them are sensational players, but I think that Dani Olmo, for me, with his giant ostrich neck, you've seen the length of his neck. He's got. Imagine him doing the pigeon when Richarlison scores a bang and they're all doing that. People in the crowd would have to duck. If Tottenham get hold of Dani Olmo, like he is a wonderful player.
Well, there's Daddy Longlegs and there's Danny Longneck. He's definitely got a long neck.
Pape Sarr and Dani Olmo in the same 11. People were going, "What's going on in that squad?" And you got Danzo with the ridiculous long arms that can do that launching leverage of his bullet throw. Tottenham have got like some sort of, I don't know, like Spider-Man sort of stuff here. We're all getting bitten and we're coming up with long parts of our body.
Since March, Sean, I've said Spurs are going to spend money. They got the money. They're spending the money, but they don't need to announce that they've got the money. Let's wait and see. I'm still confident by the time the transfer window closes, they would have done some business. Let's talk about the man of the moment, the goalkeeper of the moment, the man who wasn't there last night to save the penalties that Chevalier managed. Donnarumma. Has he made himself, because of the way he's behaving, is obviously something that's gone on with Luis Enrique, that he's dumped him out the squad. Is he coming across as a troublemaker? Because I see Manchester United ruled themselves out unequivocally today. They've got no interest in getting into a bidding war.
They'll lose.
Yeah,
they'll lose. He's going to Man City. It's done.
Or Chelsea.
No, it's done. Look, there's stories out galore. Here we go. There's one right here. This is from Manchester City have reached an agreement with Gianluca Donnarumma on a salary worth over 12 million. He's going there, mate. That's where he's going.
So have we got to go off to Turkey? I think it's time to fly to Turkey, Shawnee.
No, Turkey?
Yeah.
This is the Turkey segment. The Turkey segment of the show.
So going the other way, it looks like Edison. We dismissed this, didn't we? We dismissed this, that Edison would leave and go there. But it seems, though, that, you know, it just seems a strange one. He's got a year left on his contract, Edison. So Manchester City have to, you know, if he's not going to sign a contract. But why would you leave Man City to go to Turkey? It doesn't quite make sense unless they've offered him all the gold they can eat. Yeah.
They've got the special tax over there, haven't they? Where football players only get like 5% income tax or something, you know?
It's just, so they can attract and improve the Turkish league.
Tell you what, though, mate, you wouldn't want to draw Besiktas, Galatasaray, or the other one whose name escapes me off the top of my head, in the Champions League or the Europa League right now. all three of them are putting together some wonderful squad.
Galatasaray, Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce, that's it. Fenerbahce,
yeah. I mean, look, they've all got good teams. They've all been adding to them and will continue to add. They will pick off some players at the end. Remember, the Turkish window stays open 1 week longer than the rest. Shouldn't be allowed, but as we know, Turkey is split between Europe and Asia, and so they're using the excuse that they're on the other side of the Bosphorus, and therefore they can get an extra week in the transfer window, which gives them a nice advantage because
they're still allowed to participate in the Champions League and the Europa League. It's a disgrace, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace,
guys.
It's a disgrace. But look, the thing is here, they will pick up anyone who hasn't been sold on a loan, negotiate a good deal. But for Donnarumma, Manchester City with him in goal, it's a massive thing. I mean, not that they really need the points. Mind you, they could have done with last season. James Trafford, do you think that James Trafford maybe regrets a little bit?
I'm fuming. If I'm James Trafford, I am fuming.
You know,
if I'm James Trafford, I went to Man City because I'm thinking, all right, I'll wait on the bench, I'll wait on the sidelines. Ortega's out. I'll wait for Ederson to sort of wind himself down. By the second half of the season, they're going to start to drip feed me in.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'll play. Now, why he's going to be second fiddle
for the rest of his life.
He's not going to. He's not. There's like, if I am James Trafford right now, because he's not like Donnarumma's old. It's not like he's old. What is he? 25, 26?
I thought it was about 27. You might be right. It might.
Or whatever.
Be right.
Either way, it's young for a goalkeeper, isn't it?
Yeah. You know?
I
mean, yeah. I just, it seems a strange one. I know all clubs need to have two top quality keepers. I wonder where Ortega will go because he's a very good backup keeper. And when he has come in, Marshall said James Trafford is the new Scott Carson. I mean, I think Trafford is going to be a better player than Scott Carson. It just seems a strange one because City let him go and then bought him back and didn't buy him back for pennies either. You know, from Burnley. You know, it wasn't a cheap purchase.
I think they probably thought that's fine, and then Donnarumma's the opportunity came up, and they were just like, yeah, got to get him because Donnarumma's the best keeper in the world, mate. He's 6'6", but he's agile like a 6'1" goalkeeper. You know.
While we're talking telephone numbers and big things, who in the chat here is a Man United supporter who is a believer that Manchester United should spend 100 million on Carlos.
That story still going around, is it?
Yeah, they're now saying they want 100 million. They say they don't want to sell him. Let's be honest, right? He is a fantastic prospect. And you can just imagine adding him to that midfield would be incredible. But where are United getting the money from? I know they're the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs in the world, but we heard in January that they were in serious financial trouble. They got massive debt. They're having to lay off hundreds of staff, having to cut back everything. And all we've done is seen them spend money. If they suddenly come out with, say, a £90 million bid for Belieber, do they go again to Brighton? Do Brighton let him go again with another 90 million?
I don't know where did Brighton get their replacement from. Do they have a succession plan? I don't know who the next six is. I mean, these guys find sixes like they're, like they're doing geometry. It's madness how many sixes they seem to have. But one after another, they find them, they develop, they sell them on. If I'm Tony Bloom, I'll take 100 million quid. But
Chelsea have got three of them. Chelsea
have got worth 100 million quid though, mate. He's a good player, but what are we doing here? He's like the market's gone mental. The market has gone mental. This young player thing, it doesn't matter if you're half good, as long as your date of birth happens to be born around 2002 or around there, then you're going for 3 times more money than you've proven that you're worth. It's insane. It's insanity. It's not going to end up well.
Yeah, they don't want to pay big money for 26, 27-year-olds, 28-year-olds, for the experience. They'd rather get them on loan. Look, Brighton never sell normally unless they have a replacement, because that's what they're all about. They might secretly have a backup that we don't even know about, and they're playing hardball with United. But, Chelsea have 3 6s, don't they? They have Lavia, they have Casado, they have Enzo. They spent hundreds, like 200-300 million on 6s. Spurs managed to get one on loan.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
mad.
fine though. No, the way that people are spinning that whole we got a Paulinho on loan. It's like anyone that said we should have, like that you're down. People that downgrade this idea of a loan deal as being like it's not the same as a permanent signing. It's madness for me, Johnny. Every deal in an ideal world will be a try before you buy. If you get to loan someone for a relatively insignificant fee that then comes off of the option that you then get at the end of the year, then you can see whether or not the guy is what you think he is. And if he is, you've got the option to just take him up and no one else gets him before you. And if he's not, you can send him back and you go, lesson learned. Everything should be a loan before you buy. The way that people are spinning that, well, we've only really signed one player. The other one was a loan. Who would have signed Paulinho on a full-term deal first? Like Tottenham were right to do it on a loan deal. Same with Jack Grealish.
Yes. Same way. I mean, look, we've more your sort of United news, whereas Morgan Gibbs-White was, held hostage by Marinakis, and that very uncomfortable video that we all watched. Rasmus Højlund has been shoved into an Ineos Land Rover Jeep and is being marched down to AC Milan as we speak. I don't want to go. Yeah, going. But I'm good. No, you're not. You're shite. Get back in the van. Doubling up on the pressure on him on signing Rasmus Højlund from Man United. The rumour is that it's only a loan. No one's going to cough up the transfer fee. I think this works well for United because having paid 77 million euros for him, they're not going to get that for him right now. So if he does go back to Italy, where he had a good career at Atalanta before he came there, and he rekindles the form, his value is going to move backwards up, back up. Right now, it's literally on the floor. So I think this works well for AC Milan. It works well for Man United, and Højlund. Don't know how well he's going to take that. They're also admirer of Vlahovic, who still can't find a home.
Yeah, that's a weird one, isn't it? That's going to be a deadline day deal, I reckon.
Yeah, last minute deal and on a cheap loan, no doubt. But the one player still sitting there waiting to get done is Garnacho. A lot of clubs say, why is it taking so long? For clubs to do a transfer? Why is it taking so long to do EZE? Why is it taking so long to do Kudos and all the rest of it? Look how long Xavi Simons and Garnacho deals have been.
Yeah. And Gyökeres to Arsenal, that took ages. There's loads of deals that take forever.
Yeah, it's not ABC and sign on the dotted line, guys. It goes on for ages. I don't see anyone coming in last minute and snatching Garnacho away from Chelsea. He's been talking about it for months. Chelsea have been talking about it. They're not denying it. So I think that one's, done and dusted. Do you know this player from Manchester? Manchester City are playing down reports on Magnus Akaluche.
Yeah, he's quality. Yeah. Quality player.
Why do I not know him, Sean? I can't place him.
We've been linked with him. He's at Monaco.
Ah, right.
He's a quality player. To be entirely honest, when I ran him through the Y Scout, I wasn't that impressed. Everyone says he's the next big thing. Yeah, I wasn't that impressed by him when I ran him through the Y Scout. I thought he's he's sort of someone that sort of takes players on, but somehow seems to just run at them without running past them. And it seems to there's a lot of ricochets, and then he pops out with the ball the other side somehow. I might be simplifying his skill set, but everyone says he's the next thing. I wasn't that impressed when I saw him, but Tottenham were linked with him at the start of the summer, and then Man City were linked with him as well at the start of the summer. And then nothing's happened yet. But are you saying that Man City are linked with him now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, what do I know, right? If City are interested in him, then I'm sure that that they know more than I do. But when I watched him on the Y Scout, I was just like, yeah, he looks all right, but he doesn't look like a sensation. But he's a young player, super talent. How old is he? 22, 23, something like that.
It's a young player. I couldn't quite place him. I knew I just couldn't replace where I'd heard him before. I remember you chatting. Guys, if you're in the chat and you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button, guys. Smash the granny out the like button. It helps the algorithm, helps our channel grow. And if you are here, as I said before, and you haven't hit the subscribe button, just hit the button. Doesn't cost any money. Subscribe doesn't cost money. All it does is it notifies you, and you can always find
opens up the chat as well.
Opens up the chat and allows you to come and drop some comments in the chat box. Liverpool's, just to say there, Giovanni Leone is set to fly to Merseyside today with the transfer all but sealed. Leone has been given permission to talk to 35 million euros, Sean. I think he's going to need some adjustment. I can't see him coming straight in. Can you?
Who was the player?
Giovanni Leone, the centre back.
No, he's not going to come in and start, but he'll come in and play minutes. He's 18, but he's a top talent.
Yeah.
Really, really good player.
One of the
really
best.
Like him. He's versatile as well. Play a little bit of everywhere. I'm not sure where he'll end up, what sort of side he'll end up playing on. But as I say, I think that's why I think that if there is truth to the story of Konate leaving, I think it will be predicated on the idea of someone like a Guehi coming in. I just think that Leone's more around the succession, around maybe a Virgil van Dijk in a couple of years or next summer or something like that, if he was to end up moving on. Johnny, quick interesting story out. Newcastle United eye £40 million Crystal Palace star if Alex Isak leaves. That's the story. Who do you think they're talking about? Mateta. Yeah. What do you think's going to happen there? Do you think Mateta will leave this summer, or do you think it's just too much for Crystal Palace to lose too many players?
I can't see it. Unless they play some stupid money, I can't see them doing it. No. I definitely can't. One player, I think we should hold a 10-second moment of silence and a breathe of sigh of relief for every other club in the Premier League that they haven't signed him. It is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Paul Leeds United. They made some fantastic signings. But unfortunately, JCL, who normally does his ACL, it looks like he's going to do a medical. Can he pass the medical?
Who's JCL? Dominic Calvert-Lewin? You mean DCL?
DCL. Sorry, DCL. No, DCL. Before DCL does his ACL in the medical, I'm not sure he'll pass the medical, will he?
It's one of those. It's a special medical, the sort of one that we gave to Kota Takai. You know.
Yeah. The other, one of the clubs who I think could be in a bit of a problem at the moment, Fulham, look to be moving ahead now, really pressing with that well-known Brazilian Kevin from Shakhtar Donetsk. The players' agreement with the player, just trying to agree a price. They want 50 million euros. 50 million.
Wow. It's a lot of money. It's ridiculous.
I've never met a Kevin that was worth 50 mil. But this guy obviously is. Kev. Have you met my Brazilian pal, Kev? I wonder who he named him after. It must have English roots. I've never heard of a Brazilian called Kev.
Yeah, like my mate Dave. Actually, there's the next one coming out called Dave. What was I going to say to you? So I've got a couple more stories, mate, and then we should probably move on to be going for an hour. We should get on to the predicciones. We've got to do the predictions. Now Calamawendo, though, is set to sign for Nottingham Forest for 30 million euros. I like this guy, Calamawendo. I was hoping that Tottenham might have a little crack at him. I think he'll do very well. Not sure how he fits into Nuno's system, but Nuno would know what he wants. He's very good at identifying the sort of people that he wants and then figuring it out, right?
Yeah, he is. One of the other strikers, we talk about Palace, I meant to pivot to that, was Crystal Palace striker Ossom Edouard is in advanced talks over a transfer to League One club Nice. So I don't think they can really let Mateta go, personally. They've let him go. I just can't see that happening. I can't see that happening. Is there any other super chats? And then we could do the predictors, score predictors.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's 4. We've got to do a couple here. Paul Langley with a super sticker. Big up to you, Paul, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Really appreciate the support of the channel, mate. Super stickers go a long way. Really appreciate it. Fun fact, there's 700 people here. If everybody was to do what Paul Langley just did, then we would have the prettiest girls in the background, and every single shirt that from DH Gate would be bought out. We'd be inundated. Johnny would be inundated with buying I don't know, a Sesko shirt for Leipzig? He'd be buying a Sancho shirt for Manchester United. He'd be buying a
Can't believe I got
a Solomon shirt for Tottenham. You know, it'd be insane. It'd be with out of date football shirts. Thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate you. Jaden McCullough, come on, guys, smash the granny out of the like button. I just had to block a man for calling you a CUNT, Johnny, for asking for a like. So, but we'll let Jaden do it for us. Please do smash the like button, guys. There's 700 people here. Please smash the granny. It really helps. Lubo, her up. Mr. Pox Office, so much smashing, not enough grannies. Hashtag granny smash.
The world is short of grannies. It looks like the world is short of grannies at the moment.
It's not enough. There's not enough. We appreciate you. And he's come back in to become a new member of the show. Well done, Poxy. We'll get you on as well, mate, for one of the week's predicciones. And that's where we're going to go right now. Appreciate you all very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen now is, I'll start by saying it's this, really.
Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws. Who's gonna win this weekend? Gotta predict the scores. Gotta be Nostradamus, picking wins, losses, and draws.
Here we are.
Johnny, this is the rule. So within the prediction game, every week we're gonna sort of hash it out right now, but we're gonna make it into a pretty little kind of graphic so everyone can see and follow the scores. Here's the rules, right? So, for example, we get Liverpool versus Bournemouth on the screen. This is the predictions for week 1. There's 10 games. Johnny picks his scoreline. I pick mine, and we get one of the members to predict theirs. And then we aggregate all of the points that you get from it along the way, and every week we'll have a different member. Today's member, he can't make it on the show, but we have got Devlin, Super Blaine from Super Spurs TV. I've got his predictions, I've got yours, and I've got mine. And here's the way it works, right? So
can I just interrupt? The reason we chose Blaine is because many of you are in the chat have been gifted memberships by Blaine. He's gifted probably about 20 odd memberships to everyone. So we only thought it would be fair that it was him. He couldn't make it on today. So rather than not having him on, we've given his predictions. Sorry, Sean.
That's all right. And just quickly, Eli. Sean, you need to kill the AI music interludes for the love of God, man. This channel might not be for you, Eli. We don't do things the way you want them done. We do the things that we like them done. And we like AI music interludes, bro. So if it's not for you, you can F off down the Emirates or wherever else you want to go, bro. We like the AI interludes, and I think a lot of people do too. So there we go. Anyway, long story short, what we do is, so Johnny's going to make his prediction. I'll make mine. And then you get essentially 1 point if you get the right outcome but the wrong scoreline, and you get at the end of it you get 3 points if you pick the right scoreline and obviously the right outcome with it. But at the end of the 10 predictions, you get to pick one player per week for that game week, and if that person scores a goal, he gets 3 points, and if that person scores an assist, he gets 1 point, and you can't pick the same player twice throughout the season. So if that all makes sense, we'll tally it up and show how it's done. Here he is, his Blaney boy. Here he goes. Now everyone can play along in the chat, but we're only taking Blaine scores for the audience members. Johnny, I'll let you go first, mate. I'll do your score predictions first. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Do you want me to call out what you said, or do you have them in front of you?
Hang on a second. If you give me 1 second, I shall send them over.
I've got them here.
Oh, have you got them here? I've got it here.
Yeah.
Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0.
Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0. Okay. I'm going for Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 0. I think it's going to be a fairly one-sided affair. I think Bournemouth haven't replaced anybody, and Liverpool are just going to be too good. And my man, Blaine Devlin, Blaine is representing all of the audience, all of the members right now. Blaine, where is Blaine? Where's his chat? Here he goes. Blaine is also going for a 4-0. Members have gone 4-0. Keep the chat coming, guys, with what your own predictions are on that particular one. So 3-0, 4-0, and 4-0. We'll find out on Tuesday how we do. Johnny boy, what's your prediction for Villa versus Newcastle?
Villa 2, Newcastle 1. Sorry, Foxy.
Villa 2, Newcastle 1. Blaine has also gone for Villa 2, Newcastle 1. I'm going for Villa 2, Newcastle 2. I'm backing you boys. I'm backing you, Foxy. I think you guys are going to get a result out of that. It's going to be an interesting game, though. I hope that's one that's on telly. Brighton versus Fulham. Johnny, Blaine has gone for 1-1. Who did you go for?
Brighton 2, Fulham 0.
Explain to me why.
Well, it's quite sunny out there down on the coast at the moment. I just think I think that Brighton at home, Fulham, I don't think they've done enough business at the moment. There's uncertainty on Muniz, who wants to leave. I don't know. I just got a feeling Brighton at home, first game of the season, that could be it. That's for me.
I've also gone for for Brighton. I've gone for Brighton 3, Fulham 1. I think I'm close with John Rachel on this one. 3-0, 2-2, the boys are saying.
Okay.
Next up, I think Brighton have got too much for Fulham. I think Fulham have done nothing in this transfer window. And so I just think that I don't know what's going on. If I'm a Fulham fan, I'm thinking we were terrible last year and we've done nothing to improve. This is a one-way track record. But they seem to be okay. Fulham fans seem to not be that. They're not moany people, are they? They're not whingy. They're kind of just like, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
We'll just get on with it. You know?
Right, next game. Sunderland
West Ham.
Sunderland, West Ham. I've gone for Sunderland 2, West Ham 1.
Why is that? You just think they're putting things on West Ham just not quite improved, yeah?
I think West Ham haven't done great business, and I think Sunderland have done fantastic business. And Granit Xhaka there, had a bit of steel, bit of leadership. That Roker Raw, first game back in the season, I fancy them to run one over West Ham. So I'm going Sunderland 2, West Ham 1, piling a bit of pressure on. You know who.
I do. I think that I've gone for. Blaine's gone Sunderland 2, West Ham 1 as well. He's gone 2-1 as well. I've gone 2-0. I think that Sunderland, it's first game of the season back in the Premier League, playing in front of their home fans. The atmosphere is going to be insane. I wouldn't have minded seeing that one on TV, but I think it's actually on a Saturday 3:00 game, so it won't be on TV unless you're living overseas. And if you are, lucky you. Next up, Tottenham against Burnley. I've gone for 2-0 Tottenham. I think it's going to be a difficult game, mate, but I also think that Spurs are going to have too much for Burnley in the end. You break them down and then you get a second one later on. What are you saying?
Parker, the bus driver, will park his bus right in front of the goal. And it will take us a good while to break it down. But I've gone for a 2-0 as well.
2-0, all 2-0s all over the place. Okay. What the next one is...
What about Blaine?
Yeah, Blaine went 2-0 as well.
Okay, 3 2-0s. Okay, so Wolves v Manchester City. I've gone Wolves 0, Manchester City 3.
Just too much for them?
Yeah. I think Manchester City getting knocked out early. The World Club Cup might have done them a favour. Rodri missing is a bit of a blow, but I think the signings that they made early doors would have been bedded in now, with Mamouche also there. El Nouri going back to Wolves. Yeah, too much for them. I'm going 3-0.
I think everybody in the chat is also going for a City win. Daniela Stewart's going for she's a West Ham fan, though. She's a West Ham fan. I think she's the only person I've seen with a West Ham victory. Good for you, backing your team.
Supporting your team. That's what you should
do. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I've gone for Wolves 1, Man City 3. I think that Strand Larsen, who's, by the way, my little outside bet for an FPL, Alasatata, I think Strand Larsen's going to get a little something in that game. So I've gone 1-3 to Manchester City. Still too much, but keep an eye out for Strand Larsen this year, guys. I think he's going to be a cracker, an absolute cracker.
Right.
Next up, mate, is
Forest.
Crystal. Oh,
Forest.
What's that?
Forest.
No, Chelsea's next. Chelsea Palace is next up on my list.
All right, okay. Have you got Forest Brentford there?
Yeah, Forest Brentford as well.
Okay.
Got both of them. Yeah.
Okay, Chelsea Now this one, I've gone Chelsea 2, Palace 2. Why have I done that? I think Palace has shown. The only thing is here, which is a bit of a spanner in the works. Does EZE play? Does he move on? Does a deal get done? All the rest of it. If he does play, then I think they are fitter and fresher than Chelsea, who have just obviously competed in the World Club Cup. So I'm going for a draw. Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 2.
Yeah, I have also gone for Chelsea Palace. I went for 3-0. I just think Chelsea are going to be incredibly good this year. I've actually got them as second in my overall predictions, which, by the way, we should do a show on that. We're going to run out of time before the start of the season, but we should absolutely do it at some point in the starting days of a stack rank of where you think teams are going to finish. But I've gone for Chelsea 2. No, I've gone for Chelsea 3-0, and Blaine has gone 2-1. He sees it as close. What did you say? 2-0?
2-2.
No, 2-2. 2-2. You think Palace in there 2-2? Interesting. A Desmond. Interesting. I'm going to get some of the chats up as we go. 2-1. Forest 0. Brentford 6. That's where we're going next. Forest 0. Brentford 6. I think Rainman's got a little bit in for Marinakis.
Yeah,
what's the story on the Forest game, mate?
Yeah, so I think Brentford, right at the moment, with everything that's been going on, all the uncertainty, players leaving, blah, blah, blah. I'm going Forest 3, Brentford 1.
Forest 3, Brentford 1. Blaine has gone for Forest 2, Brentford 0. I have gone for Forest 2, Brentford 0 as well. So taking a note of all of this. And what's everyone else saying? 3-1 to Brentford. Wow, interesting. Martin Ball's going against away.
3-1. Is that 3-1 Brentford? Okay.
There's not a lot of away wins apart from the ones that are obvious and expected here. Interesting stuff. Marinakis 1, Brentford after Frank 2. And at Unite, mate, the big one of the weekend, I guess. Manchester United, Arsenal. Blaine has gone 1-3 to Arsenal.
Well,
I've gone for 2-3 to Arsenal.
And I've gone 2-2.
Desmond again. Score draws from Johnny. Very interesting stuff. What's everyone saying? Man United 3-2. Man United at home, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask for them to click so soon. A lot to ask. Have they played? How many games have they played with their new front three? One game?
Yeah, just, don't know, Cunha maybe start to turn up now. Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, Sesko, Brian Mbuemo. Yeah. Ahmad. Yeah.
There you
I
go.
think Man United, I just gone for 2-2. I fancy a draw.
And Leeds, mate, Leeds against Everton.
I've gone Leeds 1, Everton 2. I believe Everton are going to finish mid-table, above second, top half of the table this season.
You think Leeds are?
No, Everton.
You think Everton are? Sorry. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, I've gone... so Blaine went 2-2, Desmond. I've gone for 1-1. I think Blaine and I are on the same page. I just think that, again, Leeds, newly promoted, home game, first game of the season. Not a bad game against Everton, but Everton have put on a really good transfer window. So we shall see. 1-0 Everton, 2-1 Everton. And then, so here's the final part of the game, right? So I was to say, so all of those scores, I've been noting them down. We'll bring it all up for the graphics next time round. But so you get 1 point if your score result was correct, but the score line was incorrect. So if you predicted a home win, but it's not the home win that you thought, you get a point, and you get 3 points if you predict the actual score. But here's where you get the kicker. You get one player, Johnny, one player this week that you can't pick again. And I'll tell you now, Blaine has picked Mo Salah. So for all the members, Blaine has already selfishly taken Mo Salah.
We can have Mo Salah as well.
Yeah, you can have Mo Salah if you want Mo Salah, but you can't use Mo Salah again. I can't either. And essentially, no member can use Mo Salah when they come on to do the score predictions in the future weeks. And if he scores a goal, he gets 3 points for your outlay. If he gets an assist, he gets 1, and there's no limit, obviously, on what he does. Who's your scorer?
Jesus.
Or who's your points man?
I am going to go for Delap.
You're going for Delap for Chelsea. Oh, that's a good shout. Who have they got? Palace, though.
Yeah.
It's an easier game. It's an
Can I
easier
go
game.
for more salad?
Huh?
Can I go for more salad?
You can go for. Do you want Mo Salah as well?
No. More salad.
All right, I'm going to go for a Liverpool player, but I'm not going to go for Mo Salah. I'm going to go for Ekitike. I think he's going to score. So I'm going to go for Ekitike. I can use Mo Salah later.
Yeah.
You're going for Liam Delap. And Blaine has selfishly, he's in the car. You didn't say he picked again. I think I did, Blaine. I think I did say it again. Maybe if I didn't, then, well, tough. You've
listen,
already
it's not a bad shout. They're playing Bournemouth, who have got three of their defenders missing. Been sold. So, they are vulnerable. So let's see what
I'm going to keep Mo Salah back until it's Liverpool against Leeds United at Anfield, in March or something. I'll keep Mo Salah back for that one. But there you go, guys. We've got it all written down. By the next week, we'll have it all graphically done and updated and everything, so we can all see where everyone's at. But that's about it, Johnny, from me. I think, mate, is there anything more you want to say, mate? Any more stories?
I think Everton have had 3 bids thrown in for Tyler Diblin. All of them have been rejected. They want 65 million euros minimum. What else do we have? Oh, yes, Bayern Munich have had another bid of 60 million euros turned down. This one's dragging on and on and on. For Nick Voltemade, we thought that deal would be done early doors. It's still dragging on. 3 bids, 60 million, still not enough. Barcelona trying it on. They have now confirmed that La Liga's medical committee has ruled that goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who refused to leave the club, his supposed injury, meets the long-term injury criteria established by current regulations. The club will now proceed tomorrow to immediately formalise the registration of player Juan Garcia. Bit of shenanigans going on there.
They're not registering, but they're allowed to register him later on. Is that what they're saying?
Well, all I know is this is the Barcelona official statement.
Okay.
More shenanigans.
Yeah, never a day without a good old-fashioned meltdown in the Tottenham fan base, and never a day without a good old shenanigan in the Barcelona ecosystem.
Yeah. Marcus Asensio looks like Aston Villa want to try and tie up a permanent deal. PSG very open to the offer. So let's see where that one goes. Trossard has been told he's surplus to requirements, and whilst there's interest of him in Turkey and there's interest at Brentford, he's now being touted as a possible target for Aston Villa, with Bailey and Ramsey both going out the door. I think that's about it, Shawnee. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it from us. Guys, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, guys, please hit the subscribe button. We're on our way. Help us to try and get to 5,000, our next target on the growth of this great channel. And hit the subscribe button on your, hit the like button on your way out. And thanks very much for all your support. And we shall see you tomorrow, Sean, yes?
Yeah, 100%, guys. It's also on Apple Pods and Spotify. Please check out the links in the description. I've just published the last. I think this is the last time. Well, no, the last show will be tomorrow, where you can hit that link and join the Premier League thing. We'll be giving away shirts and all that stuff as well throughout the season from some of our second teams, if you like. Guys,
thanks for all the super chats, guys.
Yeah, wonderful, guys. Appreciate you all. See you tomorrow. It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from him.
See you tomorrow, guys. Oh, by the way, Spurs 5 on 8 p.m. If you want some fireworks, there's going to be fireworks tonight. I can guarantee you that. After what happened yesterday and the chat that I've seen going back and forth on Twitter, it's there's going to be some fireworks. I don't think I'll be involved in these ones. Like, subscribe, and comment. See you on the famous 5 tonight. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.